What's up, everyone? This is kind of our follow-up video to the longer stream that we did about the new community tournament guidelines for Nintendo. If you want to watch that, click over on the live tab and watch our full stream on that. We go really deep into those rules. This was recorded the next day as we're talking about more of the information that's coming out as people start to apply for those licenses. So watch the rest of this. If you want to know a lot more, go to the live tab, find that one about the Nintendo tournament rules. So, John, we got some more info on the Nintendo stuff.
We did, and everything is not as, the hope is not as lost as it seems. Seemed, I guess?
Seemed.
Yeah, so that's good. Couple of updates. Couple of TOs have had the ability to get in, at least in Japan, and kind of apply for the license,
The non-profit license.
The non-profit license, but in so they were able to see a few other functions and a few other things that the way that they're listed, at least in the application, kind of give us hope that Nintendo might be doing this in a better way than we first expected.
Right. To be clear, if you try to go through the for-profit route on the Japanese application, it routes you back and says, we're not doing that right now, please wait. But there is like separate things for specifically local game stores.
Yeah, it seems like game stores as an entity are listed separately. It's like influencers, nonprofits, game stores, and then some other ones that I don't remember off the top of my head. There were like a handful of other selections.
Yeah.
So there may be some hope yet.
But we're hearing like a one-day turnaround on license requests.
Yeah, a one-day turnaround on approval for 10 events.
That's great. I mean,
for one person so far. So but a lot of people have applied. It seems like in Japan, a lot of people have gotten a one-day turnaround. So that's very hopeful.
John's mic is moving around.
Oh no! Here, we'll do this.
Um,
Oh, it did. Here.
There we go.
We'll fix it. We'll fix it.
Silly microphones.
This is gonna suck for a second.
Yeah. So the initial read off of what happened was not great, and we talked a lot about that yesterday. Go back and watch the stream from yesterday if you missed that.
Yeah.
Or go watch the clips. I'm going to edit those later today. But our second run through on this, it looks a little better. We met with both the primary TOs, John and I did, yesterday evening, to let them know that we were keeping track of what's going on. We're on top of it. We're staying on it. We're gonna stay with it, and that we're gonna keep our communication lines open with them. So we're hopeful for the moment that this is going to turn out okay on this. Yeah, that's kind of the update there.
I mean, that's really all. All we got was kind of a breakdown. I know that on Twitter, somebody has posted a very long thread about how the process went for Japanese TOs, how how registering for it went, how the license approval went, how quick it was. A bunch of little other details that we didn't really need to get into yet because we're not interested necessarily in the nonprofit side of it. We are specifically interested in commercial, whether that be game store or otherwise. But that got us into more of the speculation. And we were starting to speculate about what a game store license could look like. And one of the benefits that could come from a game store license that you brought up, Alex, was that there could be the possibility of, as a game store, just getting a blanket license, which would be really nice. It would be much more convenient than having to register what we came up with basically every quarter, depending on how many events we have. And if we have all of our events running, it would be like every month and a half we'd have to re-register for 10 events at a time. We also don't know if that is like 10 events and that's all you can do, or if it's like 10 events and you can do another 10 events and you can just get your whole year calendar up and they don't care.
Maybe.
Like, we don't know what this process looks like at all. That would be preferable because it's just like, well, I plan out a bunch of events, already got my dates selected for most of the year. I'm going to do 6 months worth of events and not have to do it every month and a half or month or whatever that looks like. That's even better. But at this point, if it was just like a blanket license, which would be awesome as a game store, because you were saying WPN is like that and something else was like that?
Yeah, there's a few that are like that. So the only other concerning piece that we have that was stated specifically in the people who looked at the Japanese stuff is Melee is not available Because they
yeah,
ask you
it
to
is
select a game.
currently only when you go into a certain point in the application, it does make you pick games, and they are all, at this moment, Switch titles.
That's it. And so that is concerning because we had the Melee tournament last night. We had to take the L. So we'll see what happens. We're going to keep on top of it.
They do have a clause in there that does say they, at least to some degree, are open to modifications of the license from the nonprofit side of things. We don't know about the commercial side. So there is the potential that that could open up an avenue for people to be able to do Melee or to be able to do certain things, certain fun tournaments, like, you know, single character tournaments or stuff
Could we
like
do
that.
a Wii Sports tournament?
Yeah, so like there is the possibility. It seems like, at least in the wording, they are leaving it a little bit open to allow people to at least ask for modifications.
Yeah, for sure. So that's what we got for right now. So we'll keep our eyes on it. We'll keep you all up